What's good, everybody? Let me keep it 100 with you real quick, and let's talk about your kids and about money. The world we live in, trust me, it don't teach you well, all right? And you don't want to pass down the lack of knowledge to your kids. You know, you actually want to grow, get some financial literacy, pass it down to your family, okay? Because money don't grow on trees, but no one taught us how to actually grow your money. All right. So today I want to give you guys 5 real money conversations that you need to have with your kids if you want to build generational wealth, not just to survive, okay, but actually to thrive. Right. So first thing I want to talk about is money. Money is a tool, right? It's not the goal. Okay, it's just a tool. It's a mechanism to amplify your dreams or whatever thing that you want to build in life. Okay, so stop teaching kids to chase money and start teaching them how to use it. All right, how to leverage it. That's the way it goes. Okay, money is a tool to create freedom, options, and impact. All right, if they grow up thinking money is happiness, then they always gonna be broke spiritually. Right, you don't want to look as there's a ton of millionaires out there who feel lonely or feel depressed, and you know what I'm saying, they just allow themselves to conquer their depression because they haven't built their life on something that's sustainable. Okay, so you don't want to just only be well off financially. You want to be well off spiritually as well, and with your family, the relationships that you have in your life. Okay. 2, you need to earn before you spend. Okay, so don't just give your kids money. Make them work hard for it. Make them do the chores around the house. You know what I'm saying? Cooking or cleaning. You know what I'm saying? Doing the laundry, vacuuming, sweeping. You know what I'm saying? Take out the trash. Anything like that to make your kid actually earn what they're going to get. Okay, and then let the buying part, the spending part, be a prize for them a reward for them working real hard. Okay, that's what you want to do. You want to show them how to earn their stripes. You know what I'm saying? You don't want everything to become easy for them. Because when everything's easy, then they get entitled. And when they get entitled, then they don't respect the amount of effort and work that you had to put in to create the life that they got. Right? When they work hard for them to get their toys, or work hard for them to get their special treats, right? Or to get whatever it is they could be, or the special trips or whatever that you want them to go on. If they work hard to go get that, then they will understand, they could put 2 and 2 together with how hard that their parents work to create the life that they currently have. Right, because let's be honest, all our kids are way more blessed and fortunate than we were coming up. Right, so I just want to put them in a better position for that. Right, at least that's the goal. That's the goal that you want to do. That's what you want to create. All right, credit is power. Okay, you want to use it the right way. Right, so you don't want to you don't want to do it the way my folks did it, and we just didn't explain it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't know nothing about it. Right? I didn't think I needed credit when I first joined the military, because it's like, I don't need that for it, man. They know I got a steady paycheck from the military. They give me whatever. It's not how it works, right? Yes, you got to build a foundation. You got to build credibility about yourself. Okay, so teach your kids that, right? Show them how to build credibility, like and just maybe show them how to, if you buy something for them, make them pay you back in like a little monthly payment type deal, for the chores they got, right? Things like that. They kind of show them how to leverage credit and how to use it for their gain. Okay, so most adults learn credit the hard way through mistakes, but your kids don't have to. Credit is not free money, it's leverage, all right? Teach them early about it. Paying bills on time, keeping your balances low, right? And building trust with the banks, right? And that's how you maintain a good score. So, put your kids on your back, right? Authorize their accounts. Okay, put their names on your credit cards that you have for years, or your grandparents have for years. Put their names on it so you can add some years to their credit history when they come of age and everything, right? You can do that, and that's going to build their credibility when it comes to the banks, and then have them pay for things like that, right? Get them a little loaded up secure credit card, right? And allow them to start paying for their purchases, right? And they can track, where the money's going. I like to have my kids pay in cash, like a money envelope, so they can see the money leave in their hands, right? When you see the money leaving your hands, it's like, oh, it hits different. Do I really want to spend that? Because I ain't got that much left, compared to the swiping a card. But you want to make sure they're versed in both areas, in both arenas. Okay, that's extremely important for the kids. Next thing, you want to talk to them about ownership. Ownership beats consumptions any day, right? I mean, what's the point of having a bucket and you pouring water inside of it if it got a hole at the bottom? Right? You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you're not pouring water into a bucket that's going to keep draining your funds. If you have no ownership, it's just like rent. It's just pouring the money into a bucket and it's going to keep getting drained away. But when you have ownership of it, where that bucket is closed up and then you're pouring water in it and you're sustaining it for a lot longer time. Okay, so you want to make sure that you teach your kid the value of ownership. When you own things like real estate or other assets, right? Then you can make a return off of that, and you're eating off the same asset over and over again, instead of just like that one time bite type of deal. Okay, that fast food type of thing, right? So I hope that kind of clicks for you guys, right? So make sure your kids are owning real estate, small business, even digital products, right? I love for kids just maybe like their own little lemonade stand, right? It's like it's pretty much their own little ownership or something, right? They got their little stand when they're sitting out there. They got their lemonade set up, right? And when customers drive by, they may come and support your kid, right? It's something that they got to take ownership. They got to make their own lemonade. They got to be out there waiting for people to drive by who will potentially want to try what they made, you know. Or go to some of the networking events, Eventbrite, stuff like that, and have your kids set up a stand where they can sell their little baked goods, right? My daughter Naomi, she made a key lime pie, and our goal was to when the next event come up, is to have her go out there and make multiple pies, and then cut up in slices, right, and then sell those key lime pies at the fair for a few dollars a pop. You know what I'm saying? Now she's gonna see what it looks like to actually not only put in the work and the effort of all the, you know what I'm saying, to make something happen. You got ownership because you create those pies, right? We got you a nice little name and a logo, right? And now you at the campground and seeing who wants to try your pie, right? And get a return from it. You're gonna learn logistics out of here. You're gonna learn what it's like to actually hand in hand. You gotta learn math. You gotta be able to count that money so they get to the right change every single time, right? So things like that, they kind of make your kids really start exploring different aspects when it comes to financial knowledge. All right, Monopoly. What's that board game called? Cash Flow. It's a financial game by Barbara Kiyosaki. That is like a cash flow board game, basically. I think it's called Cash Flow. But anyway, in the books, it tells you about stocks, to teach you about real estate and how you want to get out of the rat race, right? You want to have assets that are paying you on a monthly basis, that's going to cover all your bills for the month, right? So that way you'll never, you know what I'm saying, be quote unquote in the rat race, because your bills that you're taking out, your rent and all the things that you're paying are being covered by the amount of property, real estate that you have, or assets that you got that are paying you a cash flow on a daily basis. So stop consuming and throwing money out, but you're buying assets and you're replenishing your wealth. Okay, it's really important to do. But those type of things are good for kids to kind of learn and exercise their brain when it comes to financially. 5 I want to talk about is how to give, save, and invest. Okay, and when I say giving, I mean before I even have my kids give anything, first we're gonna tithe. We're tithing 10% right off the top, and it's not going to your neighbors, not going to your friends. It's going to the house of the Lord. You're just going to hopefully you found a church body that actually does well with those funds to help the community. I like to look for the fruit. I call it the fruit. I want to see what based off of the tithe that we're giving, is the house taken care of, right? Is the church looking nicely renovated and stuff like that? Are you taking care of your house? Right, Lord's house first. That's number one. Then what you're doing in the community to kind of help them grow and help people be in your community back, build them up. Are you just taking the tithes and not doing nothing? Or because I've seen some churches back home way back in the day that still look the same they do from when I was a kid. Right? I mean, no judging, but I don't like seeing that. I want to see fruit. I want to see growth. I don't feel comfortable tithing to the house of the Lord of people that are not doing that. I'm gonna make sure you're gonna go to the house of the Lord at 10%, but I want to make sure it's going to go to a place that I discern. I ask God for discernment so that it go to the right house, right? If that makes sense. Okay, so we tithing first, right? Then we're gonna give to people. We got our other 90% to give, save, and invest, right? So we're tithing first, then we're going to invest. And after we get done investing, then we're going to put some money on for saving, and then we'll give what we believe that people are worth, right? Or what we're willing to give away, what we have left. Okay, but we got to tithe first, and then we got to invest in assets that's going to help pay us and continuously grow on our monthly income. And then we're going to save for those rainy day hits. There's going to be some emergencies that comes up, get your emergency fund set up. And then we're going to, with the other 90%, whatever we got left over is what we can leave to help for others and then play. You know, so that's how we pretty much raise our kids with a good foundation. Because, I mean, we lead by faith. Okay, and I mean, we would never got anything that we have in our life now if it wasn't for God. And we always give him glory and the praise for everything that we accomplish in our lifespan. So we'll make sure we install that value into our kids as they're growing up. So just want to share that with you guys, man. I hope that was helpful for some good ideas, kind of stirring your brain as far as what you can do with your kids, kind of help on that financial literacy trip. Always prepare your kids for what's next. Like have a trust set up, right? Have life insurance set up for them, case emergencies and stuff like that. Like have those things in place so your kid don't have to start from the ground zero. They can build on top of your shoulders and keep growing. But you always gotta teach your kids the knowledge. So, I mean, it's the problem. A lot of wealth get gone this in 2 generations after the first millionaire. The millions is gone after the next 2 generations because they never passed down the knowledge of how they acquired their wealth. So hope that helps for you guys, man. If you like content like this, please make sure to like, follow, and subscribe, and let us know what you got going on, and tap in with Sons Legacy Investing because we want to see you guys win.